I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Jelpy and Ghosty and Chip.
What's the name of the song?
This is Ecstatic Fear, Chapter 4.
Okay, Ecstatic. An interesting title. Fear.
This is from Ike. Well,
really?
Actually, you better pronounce it. It's I-L-K-E, but whenever I see it, I always say Ike.
I think it's Ilke.
Ilke?
Ilke from Turkey. Torkia. I probably had that wrong, so if not, don't kill me. Ilke, hey man, we might be able to hire you for some freelance work. Hit me up at vinandsori@gmail.com.
Yeah, show us some of your stuff if you're interested in.
Yeah. Okay, so there's multiple ways to get your song reviewed on the channel. There is the comment section, there's email, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's all that stuff. The route that our brother chose was to go what do we call it, the Disney Pass?
Sure, Fast Pass.
Fast Pass, $75 partner tier, which is going away on February 29th. And then it goes up to $125. But if you put $75 in, it catapults you right to the head of the line and all that good jazz. If you put in your $75 prior to $229, we will honor it in March. Okay. But my favorite way to do it is the communal aspect. $1 at the gate in Patreon gets you a ticket, and then you get put into an alliance, and then you get dragged down the what do you call it, the rabbit hole where you get to do all the cool stuff like hang out in Discord and all that jazz, and then you get to see Super Saiyan Sori and all that jazz, and it's fun stuff. It's fun stuff. Okay.
Yeah, the My Sori Life channel, it became like a secret channel, and it's actually available on Patreon. So that's why people are like, why are there no more uploads? That's because that's where they're going. All right.
And then you get to Super Saiyan Sori. Look at that screen cap. Oh boy, you're so pretty. Alright, this is Ecstatic Fear, Chapter 4. Let's do it.
Okay, ready? And go. I'll listen for it. beautiful.
That was
So beautiful.
Lord of the Rings-ish. You know, that kind of like, I don't know. I'm sure I've romanticized the time period, but that I don't know, like medieval type of knights and princes and all that, and
Yeah.
it just felt like, you know, you're around a campfire before you're going out to jihad. You got your girl with you, yada yada yada, and then, you know, the guy's playing that little thing that they play, and, you know, whatever, and everybody catches dysentery and dies, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
But it was just I love that period. Like, if there was ever a time period I could go back to, like, that would be it. I just, like, you know, being a kid and reading King Arthur and all that, like, it just seemed like there was just a lot of chivalry and honor, and everything was kind of, everybody knew what position they played and all that.
We wouldn't have been able to be together, though.
Well, I mean, if I could have a, you know, a car or whatever that gets me back in time, we'd have found some way to work it out. And I'm not sure that we wouldn't have been able to be together. If you have, you know, you have Othello. You know, Othello was, you know, a Shakespearean play, and Othello was black, and his girl was white.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So,
interesting.
and of course, everything goes back to the relationship. Just like, I'm talking about going back in the time and fighting virtuous wars. And
You did say his girl was there with him.
yeah,
You did say that.
Fighting virtuous wars and you know, all that stuff.
I just
It's,
loved the musicianship.
That's kind of where I was for the whole song. I genuinely like. And then there was this cartoon. I'm trying to find it. We didn't watch it a lot as kids, but there was this one cartoon that was basically like that on Nickelodeon, and it was like that type of time period and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and it just gave me this strange nostalgic feeling. I mean, I was like 3 or 4 years old, but I had like this nostalgic, like, oh, I've been there, and you know, blah blah blah.
Interesting.
Which of course I've never done, but yeah, just that whole time period of I just think in our day and age, like, we're lacking like the actual real virtue and chivalry. Like, I feel like we've lost a lot of that. Like, you know, the guy, you know, bending down so the girl can, you know, step on him to get on a horse, and you know,
That's relationship stuff, is that?
well, yeah, that stuff, and then, you know, like. You know,
No, I agree.
In the books I would read, like,
I
the wars,
totally
they were like obvious, genuine bad guys and obvious, genuine good guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that we've just lost in the modern era.
I think too that part of the whole feminist movement kind of pushes that stuff away, because I think that overall women are trying to find, like, have a strength. We have a strength all on our own. Like, we don't have to be like you guys. We don't have to overtake you guys. Like, we have our own strength. But I think that there's been some confusion, and so then it's like, if the guy opens the door, or if the guy, you know, pays for the meal, or if the guy does those, like, different chivalry things in our time, it's looked upon as, like, you know, you're trying to.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think, you know, I could see Dan going, "Hey, man," but I'm not sure about that, you know, because I think, like, your everyday woman is not like that. I think there are some, like, third-wave feminists that would be offended if you opened up, if you opened the door for them or whatever. Like, there's some, like, hardcore third-wavers that would get offended, but I think most women still like that. Like, have you ever ran into a woman that was like, I'm so offended that guy... You have ran into them? Like, are they the rule or are they the exception?
Well, I think that because that group of people is very vocal, I don't see a lot of guys doing that, opening the door. Like, I have to stand there, and then you'll open the door. I don't see guys really. There are some guys that I'll see do it, that'll open the door or whatever, but I don't think that that's a big, like, it's a rare thing that you see the guy go open the door for the girl. Usually it's when they're dating.
I didn't do that. Well, we didn't really have a lot of time dating, so it was just like, hey, we're at City Hall.
You want to marry me? But you don't usually see that when guys and girls are out together. You don't see the guy opening the door. The car door. I do once in a while see it, but it's pretty rare.
Opening the car door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think...
You see opening the door more often, but...
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't see... a lot.
What I'm saying is I think that a lot of guys are reacting to what they've heard of how a woman's reaction is to those things, and so then it makes them
you
less
think that's
likely
why they
to
don't
do it. Well, that's what they say. I've heard guys saying it, but you know what? Maybe that's just them making excuses.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I've never run into a guy that was like, I really wanted to open the door for the girl for that broad, but she
I didn't know she was going to be upset about it.
She's going to be like, I think if a dude.
I've heard guys saying, I didn't pay for the meal or I didn't do this because I figured she was.
A dude who doesn't pay for a meal, come on, man. Like, has nothing to do with feminism. He's just not very manly. You know what I mean? Like, no? Like, you were. Well, let's talk about it. What do you mean?
I don't know. I think it's because I don't know. I always seem to be the type of person that brought that out of guys, like because I was such a strong personality person.
Brought what out of guys?
They wouldn't do the chivalry things.
You would never pay for a meal. If we had a period where we were dating, like you would never pay for a meal. That would never happen.
Yeah.
What are you saying? What do you mean?
I mean, I believe that. It's just you were not the rule. You were the exception.
I completely disagree with you. I'm
talking about my experience. You can't disagree with my experience.
I mean, you were dating like really soft dudes though. Honestly,
it doesn't matter. That was my experience.
All the dudes that you were with, like down the line, they were all soft. The whole lot of them. I think you like that because you got a very domineering personality.
No. Okay. Did you notice any masculine men around my area that pickings were pretty slim here in Maine? And then I went to a Bible college and it's the same thing.
Some of the hardest, baddest motherfuckers that have ever handled a weapon have been from Maine, believe you me. I know for a fact.
Oh, they were Christians and a type of person that I date?
Yeah, some of them were Christians.
Yeah, well, I never met these people.
The big homies. But
I never met these people.
Anyway, let's talk
You're
about
wrong. I didn't want a soft guy. Say what you want.
I feel like you wanted a soft. You liked having soft dudes so you could control them and dominate.
No, you're completely wrong.
And expect the outcome.
Nope, you're completely wrong.
But I think there's other parts of you that didn't want the soft dude, but you were afraid of the unsoft guys. I feel like you felt safer with soft dudes than with actual real men.
I never met real men. I really didn't. I don't know why you're making that face. That was not... Can you think of somebody that was around my circle that was like a real man?
Well, I mean, you were around a bunch of,
Okay, so then that's to my point. There was not that type of person around. I was surrounded by soft people.
He was on some gangster shit. You didn't want any parts in it.
No, I'd have dated him.
Yeah, you're saying that now because of the argument.
No, wallahi, ask my mom.
But
I asked my mom, but he wasn't interested because I was too.
You did not project. You did not project in any way, shape, or form that you were interested in that.
Well, that's because he started talking about his sexual freedoms, and then I was like, oh, I don't want somebody that's.
Well, that kind of comes par for the course when you're dealing with a manly man. Isn't that true?
I guess, yeah.
But all I'm saying is, you did not project that you were interested in that type of guy. You projected that you were interested in very soft.
You're completely.
No, I'm not saying.
Read my journal.
I'm not saying what you wanted. I'm saying what you projected. What you projected was you wanted very soft. Nice, pushy guys.
I had to take it down 1,000 notches because my father was telling me you're never gonna get somebody if you don't take it down.
You didn't have to take anything down, sweetheart.
No.
I mean, I'm trying to get you to ratchet it up.
Yeah, now.
I mean,
now that I already took it down.
Well, I had no interest in you at that point.
You were married.
Yeah, I had zero interest in you, but you acted a certain way. I was just like, yeah, this girl, man, good night. I remember I used to ask you, I was like, why is she so loud?
Why is she so dumb? Everybody used to say that all the time.
I think this song is a relationship song, though, actually.
Sorry, you have such a big mouth.
I like your big mouth.
I don't have a big mouth anymore.
I know, it's sad. You've been domesticated by the evangelicals. Astaghfirullah. But now I get the brunt. So I get all the negative ramifications of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got so dislodged from the song.
I don't know. I have an eyelash in my eye.
I thoroughly enjoyed the song. I thought it was
okay.
I thought it was a great song.
I'm gonna say what I think the instruments were, but I don't really know.
Okay.
There was a violin in there. I love violins in music. So beautiful. And then you remember when we were in Cali and there was that like round sort of bubbly looking metal thing and you would hit it.
Oh, yeah.
It sounded like one of those was in there.
Yeah.
And then...
And every place you hit it,
yeah,
it had a different type of sound.
But it had like that kind of resonating sort of... Yeah. So it sounded like some of that was in there. It just had such a beautiful, beautiful sound. And it was actually... I don't know what the song is about because I was picturing my own thing in my head. And I was picturing like this woman, you can't really actually see her face, but like her clothes are like kind of like long and she was like hovering above the surface of the earth and she was like dancing across the top of the surface of the earth. But it was one of those situations where, you know, like people will say if you have unfinished business you can't move on, you know, like it was like, and then like those the death vocals would come in and then that was kind of like negative influences trying to like kind of like weave her back into resentments or whatever to kind of like hold her back on the surface of the earth. But in the end, she doesn't.
It's really interesting. I didn't interpret it that way at all.
I didn't read the lyrics. I'm saying what musically, what I
sonically that's where it took you.
Sonically.
Yeah.
Sonically.
It seems like initially, you know, she's kind of like this beautiful, you know, whatever. And she's very, very, very connected to nature, obviously. You know, the leaves and I entangle, the dance in harmony, that type of thing. But then she dies. And so here, when he starts talking, so the he is a man. And I don't think the death vocals really highlight anything sinister as much as it highlights something masculine. Just in the sense of she is the epitome of like that feminine sweetness and he's like the epitome of that masculine roughness. And together they were awesome together. But she died. And the reason for that is one is the false Latin, which roughly translates out to I never get submerged nor scatter. A burning fury will call my life to salvation and my loneliness to a cell. So he's trapped in loneliness somehow for some reason. And then right after the Latin, it says, everlasting be the war that I declare, extinguish thy bewitched spark despair, torch the pile upon which you are gathered, still poisoning my weary heart. So you know that thing where they put them on a pyre and set it on fire and then... And as a fork...
She's still poisoning his heart? Why, he misses her?
Well, the fact that she's on the pyre, that she's dead. Like, she was this beautiful, great, you know, thing in his life. And now she's on a funeral pyre. She's dead. Is poisoning his heart. Because if you look in the next line, and as the forked fire's tongue licks high, I won't lament thy fall, but dance around the burning branches urged by Fury's call. Furies, I'm assuming, which would be the fates in Shakespeare stuff. And I again shall not stumble slaves but king to thee. So he's basically saying he's not going to mourn her, he's going to celebrate nature like she did because she was a big lover of nature, that type of thing. And then the song ends. So and then she basically says that she's ascending the starry stairs into a plane for dear refuge. She's in Jannat al-Firdaus and she's waiting for him, and you know he goes off.
Well, that's interesting.
He goes off to jihad, he dies, and then they can reunite.
I mean, I didn't hear anything lyrically, but you know, it was about a woman dying.
Yeah,
that's interesting. That I had that picture in my head.
There you are. I guess I'll start opening the car doors for this one. I didn't know that was that big of a deal. What do you give the song?
It's a 10 for me. I really, really liked it.
Solid 8.5 from me. I really like the song. It's a good song. Definitely brings you places. You know, we haven't had a Lord of the Rings type movie out in a while.
You don't have to open car doors for me. Just like when, like if we were going out for like a dinner date, that would be cool. You don't have to do it all the time. We're not going to Walmart and you're opening doors for me. But like a dinner date type thing, I would like that. Okay. But you do other like masculine things where I don't feel like
Good. Very good. Well, there you are, dear listener. Open the door for the girl.
Yep.
It's 2020. They still want it. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.